I started with you, and I get a little choked up talking about it. I started with you, and my whole life changed. I was the healthiest person I knew. I was frustrated. Why do I not have so much energy? Why do I have to feel like I'm trapped in myself? I had started birth control around 17, and then around 22, I tried to get off of birth control. I had oozing cystic acne. I went to doctors in the US. I went to doctors in Austria. I feel numb. I was in tears, but I want to get off birth control because I know that this is what's making me feel this way. And she goes, you have to be on birth control forever. If I didn't take control over my health, I was going to be a walking zombie. I had mood swings, throwing tantrums, going crazy, being so frustrated. Why do I feel this way? This is not normal. All I desperately wanted was to be this person that I knew I was. It's absolutely completely changed my life. Just go for it. Just go for it. Just jump right in.
Hello and welcome, warriors, to an amazing broadcast, podcast, whatever it is that you're listening to, wherever this lands. I've got London Souza with me today. We have an amazing treat for you and your ovaries and your thyroid and your adrenals and every cell of your body. I'm tuning in to you from Southern California, Orange County. Where are you at, London?
I am in Austria, in a town called Linz. Basically smack dab in the middle of Upper Austria. I think we could probably fit 50 Austrias in your California. But yeah, that's where I am right now. And we have a cold spell at the moment. It's absolutely frozen. We're around 14 degrees Fahrenheit right now. And we're having, a little bit of a cold spell, but it's set to go a little bit. But I see sun shining through your window in California. I miss it.
Well, it is definitely rainy here. But it's not rainy in London's cells. And so today's what we're going to talk about is, regardless of the weather, we don't want you guys to feel down about your health. So it could be as cloudy or as rainy or as snowy wherever you are, but we don't have to feel that way on the inside. So gloom and doom on the inside of your body is something that after this interview, you will be able to look at and say, I don't care what the weather is outside. I know how I am destined to feel on the inside. And this is something that is our birthright, but it is not something that is mainstream medicine today, specifically around women, hormones, energy, losing weight, getting the best sleep, the best sex ever. So today I have London, and we're going to talk today about her journey, her story. But first, I want you guys to know who I am if you've never heard of who I am or what I do, because we do, both of us, London and I, are kind of like rock stars. We do a lot of different things. So people are like, are you a personal trainer, a yoga teacher? Are you a nutritionist? Are you a doctor? Like, what are you? And I'm like, yes.
All of that.
Yes. So my name is Diane Kaiser, and I am a former pro soccer player. I'm a former financial planner, and now I'm currently all of those things that I just mentioned and studying to be a doctor. Most importantly, I am the creator of what's called CHI Hormone Warrior Transformation Program, and that it stands for Cleanse Your Body, Heal Your Hormones, and Ignite Your Life. Because what happened with my own life is that I struggled in my early 20s. I had a lot of problems, urinary tract infections, hormonal issues, birth control, thyroid problems, and I went years and years undiagnosed. Once I went through my training to become what's called a functional diagnostic nutritionist, I self-diagnosed myself with many different things, from gut imbalances, parasites, viruses, galore. As well, I had antibodies to my thyroid. I had what's called Hashimoto's hypothyroidism. And at that point, I was like, you know what? I don't like no as an answer. So I said, I want to turn this thing around, and I want to figure out how to heal myself naturally. So after being in and out of the doctor for years and years and years, and them saying, we don't know what's wrong with you, but take this pill for life, one of which being an antibiotic, I thought this can't be the solution. And then I went out and I saw some helps from a couple of different naturopaths, and they told me to take a whole bunch of different supplements. And I still thought there's gotta be something more to it. So I created and designed a program that will help women transform from the inside out, understanding what the real root cause issues are, and walking you on a journey through really, truly healing all the aspects of your life that have broken us and make us feel broken. And really, London didn't know this when she first came to me, but she felt it. This is a crazy statistic. And no doctor will ever tell you this, because they're just going to want to put you on a drug, which is what they're taught. They're not bad people. They're just taught that women today are only operating at about 30% of our potential. And the average woman is on at least 4 medications, most of which that are being antibiotics, birth control, antidepressants, and sleep medications, as well as thyroid medications. So this is our new reality, but it doesn't have to be so. So today we're going to talk about one woman's journey. She's an amazing woman. And of course, coming to me and working with me and doing this program is not just like a walk in the park. It does take work, and it does take a lot of remodeling your life, but a lot of self-love and realizing that you deserve better and you want better for yourself. So the first step is to say, I want to heal. I want something different. This can't be the reality of my life. I want something better. And I know it's out there, and I know it's inside of me. And that's exactly what London did. She reached out and she said, Diane, I've been on birth control for a long time. I'm afraid to get off because I've had some really awful symptoms before. That the birth control helped resolve, like acne and some fatigue issues. And I'll let her tell you a little bit more about the journey. But she came to me and she said, I am on TV, I'm on YouTube all day long, and I can't have this acne come back. I can't look like this. I don't want to feel bad, and I'm scared. And so imagine being on a prescription drug all of your life and never knowing the root cause of why you have these symptoms, but really wanting to understand it. So London came to me after we met, gosh, what was it, 5 years prior? I think we met like 5 years before you'd reached out to me, London, at a fitness convention, competition, actually. And we had a mutual friend, I think, that was competing, and we just kind of both fell in love with each other's energy and said, let's go running. Let's keep in touch. And she had followed me ever since. And so London, I'll let everybody know why you reached out to me, a little bit about you, what you do now, and then what problems that you were having when you reached out to me. We'll start from there.
Yeah, you did such a good job introducing, but I'll just dig a little bit deeper into what you said. So for those of you that are watching and that you don't know me, my name is London Souza. I am a certified personal trainer and fitness nutrition specialist. I am the Runtastic fitness coach. And for those of you that don't know Runtastic, we are a mobile health and fitness company. So we create mobile health and fitness apps for your smartphone. And and I work as the Runtastic fitness coach, like Diane said, doing a lot of stuff on YouTube every single week, new videos, a lot of presentations, a lot of TV stuff, live workout parties. Basically, I am the face more or less of the company. And so while the reason I reached out to Diane was physical, I had really bad acne. So I was on birth control for 11 years. So Diane said a really long time, but to give you guys a time frame, 11 years I was on birth control. And in the beginning, I felt fine. Everything was okay. I was young. So I'm 29 now. And just to backtrack a little bit, at around 17, 18 years old is when I started working out, taking my health and fitness seriously, which was very, let's say, odd for a college student. So I kind of didn't do the college thing as big as maybe some people would. I did maybe for a year, the party kind of whatever thing. And I really took control of my life early on, started working out, sleeping 7 to 9 hours per night, eating healthy on a regular basis. So when I got to this point, when I met Diane, I had been on birth control for 11 years, but I say this and I truly mean it. I was the healthiest person I knew. I didn't know anybody who was, not really drinking that much, who was getting enough sleep, was working out on a regular basis. And so for me, it was a little bit of a challenge because I was frustrated, because I was just like, why do I not have so much energy? Why do I have to feel like I'm a little bit more or less trapped in myself? So I had started birth control around 17, and then around 21, 22, I tried to get off of birth control. I had acne. Okay, so when I say acne, I don't mean like a few pimples and London, you look fine, put some makeup on. I mean like oozing cystic pustules all over my whole entire face. I'll post after this video's over, I'll post my before and after picture in the comments below. I would go like this in the morning and ooze would come out, just everywhere. I had no eyebrows because the acne protruded through the hairs in my eyebrows, that the hairs were falling out. So this wasn't just okay, whatever. So back then, I wasn't really doing, I wasn't the Runtastic fitness coach yet, whatever. Then fast forward, I became the Runtastic fitness coach, and this happened again. And it was we were filming videos. I made sure I had to pack on the makeup. We could only shoot in direct sunlight, all of things were just to make all of everything look okay. So that was the second time I tried to get off of birth control. So I went to doctors in the US, I went to doctors in Austria, and finally, and I don't really know if this doctor is watching, I hope she's not, whatever. I went to a doctor in Austria, and I sat in her chair in tears, just like, I don't know what to do. I feel numb. I feel like I said this in our Chai Hormone Warriors group, like I felt like I had to psych myself up to be this runtastic fitness coach. But I knew I was that person, but I had to like psych myself up to do this. And I was in tears at the OBGYN just saying like, it's my job, but I want to get off birth control because I know that this is what's making me feel this way. And she goes, London, you have to be on birth control forever. And I was like, forever? Like, is that healthy? And she's like, yeah, you can be on birth control forever. And if you get off of birth control, you have some cysts on your ovaries that are probably going to grow and you're going to have surgery. And so I was like, just crying. She was just, like this. And I'm just in tears, just like, okay, whatever, So then that's when I reached out to you because I was just sick of hearing no as an answer, forever as an answer, like I was doomed, and I just knew from following you and kind of watching what you were doing with hormone transformation and whatever, I just knew like if I didn't take control over my life and my health or whatever, I was going to be a walking zombie. I had mood swings. I was like, my boyfriend would make videos of me when I would literally, like, I don't really know if I even remember. I told you this. I have like video foot. He would make videos of me because of me like throwing tantrums or going crazy or like being so frustrated that I would go, like I have a little closet here at his house and I would like bang my head up against it. And I would just be like, why do I feel this way? Why? Like, this is not normal. Like, this is not okay, And all I desperately wanted was to like be this person that I knew I was, that I had to like psych myself up to be. I wanted to, my social media pages and everything is called Life Like London. I share my life with the world. Like I just try, no filter, whatever. But this was this one thing where I was like, I don't know like how to share this. Like, I don't know, whatever. And so I started with you and I get a little choked up talking about it. I started with you and my whole life changed. Like, I'm not on birth control anymore. I went back to the doctor. My cysts are not growing. I have tremendous amounts of energy. My days start at 5 a.m. and end at like 9 p.m. And like, I feel great. Like, yeah, I get tired and like, whatever, I'm human, but like, I manage my days. I don't have these crazy mood swings. I can feel when I'm in different parts of my cycle. Like, I know when like my period is coming or like all the things that make it so amazing to be a woman, that you can feel and know kind of where you are. And in terms of your cycle or like your life. And it's absolutely completely changed my life. And what I will say is what you mentioned is that it wasn't like, a quick fix or whatever. I took control. Like I think we worked together for a solid like 8 months. And for me, it was like prio number 1. So it was like, I woke up every morning and my main purpose every day was to like do what you told me, learn from you, grow, heal my hormones, whatever. So if some of you are watching this and you resonate with this a little bit and you're thinking like, it's too expensive and like, I don't have time and like, no. Like if you think that, you don't, because this is your life and this is like the real deal. So I called it my second full-time job when I was doing this, from, all the steps and the little mini protocols and things and supplements and whatever, healing I was doing. It was my prio number 1. So for those of you watching who, this is not like you put your toe in the little water and like, is it warm? Is it cold? I'm not sure. No, this is like, I always say I like jumped off the high dive, off the high dive into the deep end, just like full force. And I say this to you all the time, but I'll say it to you again. Like, I'm forever grateful that we met and that you taught me so much. And now that's my main mission, is like, I want to share this with people. I want to pay it forward. If you're watching and you're thinking like, maybe I'm not sure, like, just go for it. Just go for it. Just jump right in, because it's the best decision I've ever made in my entire life to this day, And I really think that I made a lot of really good decisions in my life. I think moving to Austria and doing a lot of these big jumps were really cool. But like if all of that went away today and the only big jump I did was to take control of my life here and to feel again, I would be winning at life. Like
that's to me, like that's the all in. That's a mind blow. And, you know, so much of what you just said is a mind blow. You know, you guys, London and I were crying on the phone yesterday together. And I mean, these are tears. Every saline, you know, the saline of every tear is different. Depending on the emotions that we are feeling when we're either releasing or we are rejecting and we're repelling and we're holding on and we're resisting. And so what London stopped doing is she stopped resisting. So if you were someone who is crying and it's because you know deep down that this is not life the way that women are meant to live it today, with cysts on their ovaries and being shamed on a medication, telling them that they're imprisoned to a drug and that's the only way to heal. You know that that's not your sexual or your sensual sovereignty. That is not what this is all about. That's what doctors are trained to tell you because that's all they know and that's what makes the system money. And so that's their profitable, you know, that's their recommendation based on what they're trained, but it is absolutely false. And it is based on a lot of bad information, bad studies that are funded by the people who are selling them. And so that we're not here to bash that. What we are here is to teach you that there is hope. So if you guys are inspired at all by her story, we offer to talk with you guys because so many women, it's almost like it's like a hotline. People are like, I don't know where to go. And they're upset and they're like literally depressed and banging their head against the wall, literally going, this is not how I'm supposed to feel. And so if you want to talk to us about getting relief of any kind, if you're totally confused, if you're totally lost, if you're overwhelmed, if you're feeling like you have been shamed like this, we're here for you. So you can schedule this now. If you got to get off this webinar, that's totally fine. Watch the rest if you can, because it really does get even more inspiring. But we offer just to get on the phone with us and talk to you about what's going on. Like, what have you been trying? What's not working? And then we'll really literally create a roadmap for you so that you can heal from this, so you can get free from this. And we'll let you know if we can help you. And if not, we'll send you to the right place. It's really simple. So we're here for you guys because we know so many women have been shamed. So many women have been shamed to say that there's no other way. And so London, what she went from is 11 years being imprisoned to this. And I want you to know something with respect to, and this is just one medication, right? One medication, but there are many other medications that people are shamed to take. So one of them is birth control, and it's very, very common, very popular. There's 20 side effects that most people don't even know about that no doctor is disclosing to them. And that is increased suicide, weight gain or weight loss, depending on the person, their hormones, their detoxification pathways, acne, nausea, acne. Like that's what London experienced. That's what started me on my journey when I had to take birth control when I was like 17, 18 also. And I was missing school and I was having double periods. I was bleeding like crazy. And I don't think it was.
Too. I had 2, sometimes 3 periods per month while I was on birth.
I remember that.
Which was like first, like, hello, something's wrong. But then it just got worse and worse and worse. And then it was to the point where I was like, I don't care if I'm bleeding all the time. I just want to feel better. You know what I mean? But I forgot to mention that 2, sometimes 3 periods per month, like 3 to 5 days. So basically all month every other week I was bleeding.
Yeah, I'm going to show you something too here. And that's not fun because most women are like, I feel like I'm literally bleeding out of my vagina. And that's awful because it's like, am I dying? Am I pregnant? Am I dying? Like, it's scary. It's scary to see a little 1 drop of blood. Men who are watching, imagine like if we're seeing like hemorrhaging. And then guess what? We go to the doctor and guess what the doctors tell us? Oh, well, you know, take birth control. Yeah, forever. Or, you know, if it's getting worse, let's just ablate you. Let's just remove your tissues. And then like, or a hysterectomy. You guys, this is not how it's supposed to be. Something is off, something is wrong, and all you need is some balance. And here's another one. See, London, when London first came to me, and I'll get back over to the birth control side effects. When London first came to me, I said, London, I will help you on a pinky swear that you will share your journey. You are a powerful woman. Many women look up to you. I will only work with you if you share your journey because this needs to be heard. And she was like, oh my God, I don't know if I can do this. This is so hard for me. And she was so cute on her first Facebook Live when she was sharing this. She was like shaking and it was really adorable. And
I'm on video and camera all the time. Every single week I'm doing something. Exactly. I have a camera in my face all day today. I'll have a camera in my face tomorrow. It was the most nerve-wracking thing, but the best thing I ever did. The best video I ever made.
And then look what you did. So with London's story, and you guys, no story is too unique. No symptoms are too challenging for us. we know how to help you. We know how to heal you. And if we don't, like I said, you're probably a rare case and we'll send you off somewhere else. And I've got lots of doctors in our network that I know who are more, difficult cases like Lyme and cancer and such. I've got doctors in Orange County and beyond that I could refer you to. So if it's literally anything with regard to your health, schedule a call with us. It's free. And I put the link on there earlier. Carolyn is another woman that you inspired. And look what she said. We barely just started another program, and Carolyn has just barely started with us. I by far have received off the chart benefits from Diane's program. I'm now off 6 medications, ladies. Hey, I didn't even hear that from you, Carolyn. Oh my gosh, I didn't know you were off of all of them.
Those are for you, all of them, Carolyn. I'm so happy for you.
Carolyn.
So happy for you.
Yeah, and I remember the first call that Carolyn and I had. She's probably okay with me sharing this, but she was crying too. Like, I know there's something better inside of me because I used to have it. And then it got turned off by these toxic medications and being told that it was the only way. And you guys know medication is healthy for us. And so let me go back to that also. So Carolyn, we celebrate you, sister. And by the way, you guys, when I worked with London, this is like a year ago, I had a different program then. And I realized that literally London had these benefits in 2 months. She like almost everything in 2 months was like gone. And the rest of it was just like making sure that she had the structure of it. So what we have done is we created an entirely new program that women can get. Carolyn hasn't even been doing this, not even a month. And she's off of 6 medications. So we can get you there really quick. I've gotten women off of 15 plus medications. I've helped women who have had cancer and helped them rebuild their body after cancer. So it's not just hormones, but know that every single symptom is a hormonal symptom. Your hormones regulate every single system, reaction, movement, change, hair follicle, acne, sebaceous glands, every single thing in your entire body is regulated by hormones. So when someone's like, oh, I don't have a hormone problem, I'm like, you just need to know a little bit more about what causes hormone issues and what hormone problems are. Cortisol is our number one stress hormone. And if you have stress in your life, you have hormone problems. Every single human being that has a symptom has a hormonal problem, and we have to fix it at its root. So if someone says, hey, take birth control, we already mentioned a few of the symptoms, and I'll go through the top 20. Increased suicide. These are the side effects. Increased suicide. They did a study that women who were on birth control, and one of our clients, one of the ones that London referred into a program, she had sent me this link, this new study that was done, a huge study, that women are 2 to 3 times more likely to have thoughts about or actually commit suicide when they are on birth control. That's not cool, because the next recommendation, the next prescription drug that women get after birth control is antidepressants. And 95% of people are not benefited by antidepressants. There's tons of side effects on those too. So increased suicide, weight gain or loss, acne, nausea, emotional sensitivity, mood swings, irregular bleeding or spotting, breast tenderness, decreased libido, estrogen dominance, increased risk of cervical and breast cancer, increased risk, right? And London said that she had cysts in her ovaries, but it could actually increase. Increased risk of heart attack and stroke, migraines, higher blood pressure, gallbladder disease, infertility, benign liver tumors, decreased bone density, yeast overgrowth and infection. 80% of women who take birth control get yeast infections, which also could be urinary tract infections too. And then you go back to the doctor because you have chronic those. We see a lot of women with UTIs and yeast infection issues. And then the last one is increased risk of blood clotting. So the very things that London was trying to heal when she first began this journey, and the very things that a lot of you are trying to heal when you first start your healing journey, or at least you hope that you're doing healing with a doctor, are the very things that create more symptoms. So the old paradigm is not working. And I think a lot of people are finally realizing this, that going to your doctor, you're going to get what London got. You're going to get a pill, you're going to get some shame, and you're going to get a life sentence to a prescription of some kind. So, so London, what were you able to do? I know one of the things that you had done was a triathlon. So what are some of the things that you started to be able to do that you freed yourself from after you took this journey with me?
So I completed my first triathlon in April of last year. So that was really awesome. And I don't want to do one again. Like, I'm not like a triathlete. I just wanted to do something that I could, like, so when I first started working with you, I had to cut back on my training a lot. And for me, training and working out is my thing. I love it. It's my job. It's my passion. It's my hobby. It's everything. I love it. Okay. I can't say it's everything, but it's my job. It's my passion. It's my hobby. And I enjoy it so much. And I had to not work out for some time. So for me, that was really challenging. I think one time you looked at my paper and you're like, girl, you've been, I filled out when I filled out stuff for you, I wrote down like every single time I went to the bathroom and what it was like and like how I felt every day. Like every single day, it was like a detailed information, which is why I said it was like more or less a full-time jump in the deep end type of thing. So when I started to feel better, I just wanted to do something that I could train for and work hard for, that I knew I could have the energy for. So I did that. I used to, when I was on birth control, okay, so my body completely changed. I wasn't necessarily, I was never, fat or overweight or like nothing, but I just like was weirded out. Like, okay, how come I'm eating super healthy and like working out on a regular basis, but like the second I eat like a cheat meal or just like something that's maybe a little heavier than normal, I looked like I was 8 months pregnant, and then it took like 5 or 6 days for the bloating to go away. Right. And I had kind of like a love handle thing going on, and like not to say like, not to be vain or like, okay, come on, London, your love handle compared to whatever. I'm just being open and honest. I just was kind of like, okay, I see myself in like a sport, and just when I would see myself, I'm like, that's not really reflective of like what I do. You know what I mean? Like I just looked at it, that I felt bad. I never didn't like the way I looked. I just thought it was interesting that like I did so much and really saw so little, And so my body completely changed. Oh, and I remember telling you, like, I just feel like my muscle tone is gone, whatever. And it was like all of a sudden, and I'll post that picture down below too. My muscle tone was back. My body, like, shape completely changed. Like, I went from having 4, sometimes, let's say 3 to 5 cups of coffee per day. Now I have maybe 1 or 2 cups of coffee per week. And that's just because my boyfriend makes delicious coffee and I love the taste. And then it ends up being like this much coffee and this much like almond milk. So it's really not even close to the dark black giant cups I used to be drinking 3, 4, 5 times per day. Like I said, not so many mood swings. Wake up in the morning feeling rested after 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. Really feeling like more positive and motivated, and like I woke up being the person. I wake up being the person that I know I was always meant to be. I have this quote on my desk that it says, to the 2 most important days of your life, the day you were born and the day you find out why. I found out why I was born why I was born a long time ago. I knew my purpose was to help women get healthier and fitter and feel better about themselves. But like, I was not the person, I was not equipped as a person to do that. And that was so frustrating.
It's like you're that prison, you have all this drive and this passion, but you just like, you can't get out of your jail cell.
And I was like reaching to try and grab her to like put her back in. And yeah, like I said, I work a lot. I love my job. So it's not, I love what I do. So it's not like, I don't see it as, like I don't dread it. Let's say I'm not like, I have to be, you know, but I work a lot, often on weekends. I'm doing shootings where, like I said, we're going
shootings,
photo shootings, video shootings.
You did that with all your energy, Lyndon?
Yeah. Photo shootings, video shootings, and things like that. And I remember a colleague of mine actually told me, she's like, do you remember when we went somewhere for something? And she's like, and all you wanted to do was sleep? And I'm like,
ooh.
I didn't remember, but now that you say it, yes. And it was just like anytime we would go and do something, they were going for like a hike, and I was participating in some events or whatever, but then they went for like a hike one day, and I remember being like, no, I don't want to go. I just want to lay down. And I fell asleep for like 4 or 5 hours for no reason,
Yes.
And so I just, every time I sat down, it was like either to sleep or like, I guess, eat. When I do something now, I choose the things that I'm going to be full force in, and I am. So I don't do anything now that makes me want to sit and fall asleep. And I also have enough energy to rock what I want to do and what I want to rock and go on with life and things like that. I don't bang my head up against the closet anymore. I have found better ways of dealing with problems and things like that. I love it because, okay, I'm about to start my period. If this is too much information, sorry. But I could feel, not to you, Diane, but maybe someone watching is like,
yeah, but that's their
coworkers or someone like, really? But I like it because I can feel it. And I'm like, I know it's coming because this is what it feels like,
Well, that's a point. I I want to stop you right there, London, because that is one of the most important pieces of this entire thing, is that are we cursed as a female today with our whole period thing, or are we empowered? And are we in tune with our body, or are we taught to numb it? And so, like what you were just saying, and one of the things that I was celebrating the most about your victory and so many other women that we work with is that, like, I actually look forward to having a period now, because I realize I don't fear it anymore. I know exactly how much I'm likely to flow. There's no messes anymore. I don't have all the side effects of the symptoms. Yeah, a little bit more grounded, but I know what to expect. I'm more informed and aware of what my 4 cycles even mean. I know what it means to be a woman. I embrace what it feels like to be a woman. I celebrate my ovulation. I know that if I do have a side effect, what it could have been. I'm more in tune with my body. I can celebrate this now instead of curse it. And because it's very important to have a regular cycle. It's like, this sounds really awful the way I put it, but it's like pooping. But it's pooping from an area where if it doesn't release, if these tissues don't release from that area, they back up, and no wonder why we have so much cancer. No wonder why so many women have cysts on their ovaries, and no wonder why so many women have endometriosis and all kinds of other problems. If we're not shedding those layers appropriately, they back up and they become just awful. They become diseased, they become inflamed, and they become very painful. And then that's the point where so many women are like, well, I can't ignore this anymore. So we get it. Like, most people will not do something about it until our body triggers a symptom and says, listen to me, wake up. Our body's been whispering for, like, London's story, my story. Our bodies whisper for years until they start screaming, and we have no other choice than to listen to them. And at one point, you guys, mark our word, drugs will stop working. Drugs work until they don't. And it's typically about a 2 to 3 month time period where it's like, well, the drugs make me feel a little bit better. But if we don't get to the root cause issues of why you have inflamed tissues, then you're going to have these problems for the rest of your life. And that is the rest of your life actual truth. So the doctor, when they say the rest of your life, they're band-aiding the problems, but they're not getting to the root cause issues. And so there's a couple things that you had listed, London, that for me, as your coach and now your friend and now your co-partner in this, because London healed so quickly and so amazingly that she said, I want to help women everywhere. And so she and I are both leading this program together. So it's really awesome how we came together to do this. London was working out a lot excessively. And I was like, what are you doing, girlfriend? Like, you're killing yourself. And this is what we see so many women doing, is they feel like they need to put in more work hours in the gym. They need to eat less. They need to take more supplements, and they need to, like, literally check out of their life so that they can take care of themselves. And this is no way to live. You guys, it can be so much easier. And literally listen to London. I think your statistics are that you are working out about half, but you've about tripled your energy, and you're more effective now working 3 jobs instead of 1, but it doesn't feel like it because you just have so much energy. Is that about right with the statistics?
I mean, now I really took a big cut in terms of working out. Now I'm training for a half marathon. I'm doing, trainings and stuff as well. But I know when I need to take a step back, and I also know when I need to say no to other things in order to make time for, like, my priorities and things like that. But yeah, in terms of, especially when I saw my first initial transformation in my body, I took some pictures and I was like, holy guacamole.
Yeah, me too.
I was not even doing anything. I was maybe working out 2 or 3 times per week-ish. But just, like what you say, I was working in, not working out so much. But the working in was the part, the infrared saunas, the dry brushing, the hydrocolon therapy, the meditation, the, taking time to feed my body. I was eating, I don't think my diet changed a whole lot, to be honest. I was already not really eating much gluten. The only thing I took out a little bit more was, like, the amount of tofu I was eating, so to cut down on the soy. But, like, in terms of diet, it wasn't so super huge, but it didn't matter what I was eating because my body wasn't absorbing it. So I love what you say when you say you're not what you eat, you're what you digest, absorb, and what is the other one?
Yeah, eat, digest, absorb, assimilate, and then excrete. So it's a whole bunch of things. So it's like, this is exactly the point right now, is that you could be doing so many things. And for the most part, women today, most just people in general today, we're just doing too much. We're doing too much. We're spread too thin. In most cases, we're spread fat because we're like, why all of a sudden am I carrying all this extra weight and I'm eating 500 calories and I'm working out harder? It's because your body has TMI. There's too much information. And what I say to a lot of people is like, you don't need another new diet. You don't need a more exercise. You need a good cleanse. You need to clean your body out. You need to know how to do it in the right order. And another thing is like, you don't need another lab. You don't need like someone label me. Someone please tell me just like what's wrong. But you guys know what to expect. You go to your doctor, they're going to run a lab. They're looking for what's already wrong and how to plug you in with a drug. They're not looking for your root cause problem that will heal you for the rest of your life. So you don't need another lab. You need a fierce leader. And that's what London and I have created with this, is that there's all these things that we try and that's mainstream. And yeah, you guys can keep doing that if you want. You can keep literally banging your head against the wall, or you can ask yourself, what does my body really need? Do I need to add more, or do I need to slow down and simplify and really get clear on what it is exactly what my body needs right now? And that's what we do. So you can keep trying new things and more information, but your body is going to keep rejecting it because it's already in a too much information state. It's not in a receiving state. It's in repelling, because it's like, we need to slow down. We need to cleanse out some of this stuff so that we can receive. So that's exactly what London was talking about. And London did exactly that. So I remember one time we were talking on, I sent you a text and I was like, hey, do you want to be a part of this? And we were doing some other kind of project together. And she's like, actually, no, I don't. I've got too much stuff going on. I just wanted to kind of chill out and just do one thing right now. And I was like, oh, I taught her that. Like my ego was like, no, you don't want to do this. And I was like, oh, but wait a second. But that's exactly what she learned from me. And that's what she's doing. And she's simplifying. And I went, good for her. Good for her. Good for you, London.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when you say, if it's not a fuck yes, it's a no. And maybe it will at some point, but.
Yep. So we women today, we spread ourselves so thin, and we are yes people, and we're people pleasers, and it is exhausting us. We've got too much stuff going on, and we try so many different things, and then we literally shame ourselves because yet another thing has not worked. So if you guys have hit a wall, if you've literally tried all kinds of different supplements, if you've tried all kinds of different diets, if you've been hearing you should try this, you should try that from all kinds of different people, if you've been to a number of specialists, if you've been to naturopaths and doctors and acupuncturists and regular doctors and even homeopathic doctors, chiropractors, they're all going to tell you something different, but it is time to finally put it all together. And that's what we do. It all has to come together. So you can try a whole bunch of different things, but to put them together is what we help you do, because it's like I say as an example too, is I play soccer. And so you can would you train a bunch of people individually and then throw them on the field together? No, you got to have them all like practice together. And just like a soccer field, there are 11 people on the field. You have 11 amazing, powerful, beautiful systems of the body. They all need to be playing together in order for your body to feel amazing, exceptional, not just now, forever.
Can I get an amen?
Hey, man.
Like,
I'm going to start karaokeing right now.
I can't even, like, totally. It's just, and that's the thing, is we're going places and they're just spot treating. It's like the same thing with fitness. Like I want to lose fat overall and I want to have better arms. So I'm going to sit and do bicep curls, but it's like, your biceps are only a part of it, and they're such a small muscle. They're not doing anything for your overall goals. It's like you got your whole body working together. Just to give a training perspective, got to get your whole body working together externally and internally, if you want to see what you want. And
yes.
And you want it, but you're not taking action, then you don't really want it. I'm sorry.
True. Very true. I mean, if you want someone to fix you, if you want someone to be like, hey, fix me, to just tell me exactly what to do, we're not your people. But if you're like, I know something is bigger, deeper, and I want to learn this wisdom within myself so that I can not just help myself, but I can also help my children, my loved ones. Maybe you're also a health coach listening to this. We have a lot of health coaches and nurses and personal trainers and yoga teachers coming into our space, even doctors. And then they take this information and they spread it out to the rest of the world. So if you're somebody who really deep down is resonating with this, and you're like, I have found it, at least it sounds like I have found it. Like I said, schedule a call with us. We will talk to you for about an hour and see what we can do, see what's going on, see what's going wrong. You can cry on the phone, whatever you need to do, just be your vulnerable self and be heard. Imagine being heard for a whole hour instead of this 7 minutes nonsense. You park your car, you wait for half hour, doctor sees you for 7 minutes, writes something off on a white walled place, and then you leave afraid with a prescription medication and a ton of shame and no real answers. This is heart, soul, goal stuff, you guys. This is not just like a quick fix. So again, this is something that we pull together: yoga, fitness, food, some supplements. We do talk a little bit about prescription drugs. I don't prescribe, but we look at your labs. We're looking at functional labs. We're looking at everything all together. So imagine, you've always said, like, I wish this person would talk to this person, my personal trainer would talk to my chiropractor, would talk to my physical therapist, my massage therapist. This is where it all happens. We're all in one room and we get it done fast. So if you're also someone who is a little bit impatient, we ask for a little bit of patience for yourself, but along the journey, we can get you there in about 8 weeks or less. And if not, then there's something wrong, and there may be the only people we see that don't get there fast are the people who are really not truly applying themselves because they're not committed. So there's 3 things that we want our people to be is they're committed, they're resourceful, and they're coachable. So come with an open mind, an open heart, and get ready to fall, and you fall right into yourself. London, any final words for those who are listening?
My final words, totally. When I started with this transformation with Diane, I started with her, and then the following week, or even like less than a week, I had to go for my job to 3 different countries in 6 days for a photo and video shooting. So I started in the busiest, craziest moment of my life. Don't wait for everything to be calm. Don't wait for a Monday. Don't wait for the first of the month. Don't wait for the 1st of January. Like, I don't give a shit if it's 3:32 on a Tuesday and you want to start, you start. Like, don't wait. It's just, the longer you wait, the more prolonged your results are going to be. I'm not saying that to like, oh, look how cool I am. I got to go to all these, like, it's just, that's what it was. I was like, okay, I want to start. I'm going to start now. And now happened to be, 4 or 5 days before I had to leave. So I packed up everything that I needed. I had all my stuff that I needed in terms of like supplements and all of the things that I needed in order to, detox or whatever we were starting in the beginning. And I think if I can do it, anyone can do it. I'm not special.
Yeah. That's a very humble and I would say somewhat humiliating statement. It's true. Our ego wants to think that we're unique and no one can help us. No one can fix us. So you must believe that you can heal, and you must, no matter what, be willing to do whatever it takes. Lennon just said that she was in the busiest time of her life. Many people come to me in the busiest time of their life, but when you're committed, you're committed. And when you are committed to your potential, and when you are committed to your healing and your journey and being the best self that you can be, not just for yourself, but for the rest of the world, when you're committed to that reality instead of your excuses, this will be your choice and your new reality. If you're committed to your excuses, if you're committed to your reasons, if you're committed to your condition, if you're committed to your symptoms and the complaining about all of it, then that's what you're going to get for the rest of your life. You get to draw attention into whatever reality that you choose. If you want to be committed to, I'm busy, that's fine. This is just not something that's right for you just yet. If you're committed to, I know I can make a complete transformation in my life, and I feel deep down in my cells, in my ovaries, that these are the women that can help me, then let's talk. Let's talk. Don't wait another day. And I mean that, because like London said, if you wait another day, another week, another month, that could be a diagnosis of cancer that we could have prevented. And I mean this. I can't say I cure cancer, but we can say, just like London said, we can get these things off of your ovaries, these growths, and we know why they're there. And we can understand that with you and your expression of what's going on and having some information that you guys bring to the table. So one other person I wanted to mention that Caroline just mentioned, she had said 4 weeks and she's already feeling amazing. So she just came committed. When you come ready, it's amazing that you get this team working for you, and it works for you, and it works for the rest of your life as long as you stay committed to it. So there's a rest of your life statement for you. You guys, thank you so much for being here today. For those of you who have tagged other people or other friends, we would love to help them, talk to them. Just so you guys also know, we only help women. So if you do tag men or someone else, or if you share this with a man, just make sure that he knows that we do not work with men. We only support women. And this is done to preserve the confidentiality and everybody in the groups, so that women can really come out and feel like they have a safe place to talk about things that could otherwise be super embarrassing. Because if we can't talk about them, whatever we don't express gets suppressed and then turns into depression or other symptoms. This does not need to be your reality, guys. None of this stuff, none of these symptoms, depression, sleep issues, insomnia, endometriosis, PMS, PCOS, thyroid disease, autoimmune disease, immune system dysfunctions. We can help all of it. So like I said, get your cape on. Let's talk. London, thank you so much for sharing your journey with the world. You are an amazing inspiration to me and for everyone listening. I know that.
Thank you. It's the least I can do. My mission.
Our mission together. Okay, Heart Warriors, have an amazing day. And if this inspired any of you guys, like I said, share it, tag people. And if this is you watching and you're ready for real transformation, schedule a call with us. And we promise it'll be the best hour that you've ever spent in your life.
Yeah.
So bye for now.
Bye for now. See you later.